Hello, are you out there? It's Mark with Redo Over, and we're back to our Stellaris in-depth tutorial. Okay, folks, we left off with a couple of outstanding issues. One of them was we are trying to vassalize the Ishnians. So we're trying to slowly build their trust and get them to kick over. We're not there yet, but we're going to keep it in mind. We'll check in on how trust is changing and how, let's see, yeah, Ishnians right here on top. We want to watch the attitude bar change, and we want to watch the trust change. I did learn something kind of cool, though. Friendly, the little friendly bar is like their attitude towards us. If we jump to the Juvens, we can see they're loyal, excellent relations, and it's blue. If we jump to the Ishnians, it's friendly, positive relationships, it's green. If we jump to the Nat Fancan, it's receptive, it's yellow, neutral relations. And that kind of makes sense, but I thought this was interesting. Let's jump into diplomacy for the Nat Fankin. This little bar underneath, not the receptive bar, but underneath it, look at that. When you mouse over, you get terrible relations are red with a range of their relationship value. Tense is orange, neutral's yellow, green is positive, blue is excellent. And it's just so funny to me that, I guess this is the AI attitude progress bar, but that this little chart underneath there, unless you mouse on that little, it's like an 1/8 of an inch sliver that you have to mouse on to get this pop-up. And it's sure. Why is that? Why not just put it here when you mouse over the receptive bar, right? The larger bar. It's not like there's so much verbiage there that they're like, oh yeah, it's gonna explode off the screen. We can't squeeze it in there. It's like, guys, come on. This chart of information should be in this when you mouse over either one. You should just see it. I don't know. I had no idea you could mouse on this little bar. I didn't know it was separate. It is. I get it. Okay, I'm bitching. Okay, sorry. Diplomacy. Oh, let's close out of there. Let's look at the Ishnians while we're here, though. So, yes, they are at a plus 329. They are climbing rapidly, gaining 7 per month. That's cool. We need to get them to 750. And the reason for that is, if you recall, let's go to diplomacy. You can see these monsters here. We know that we want to get them to excellent relationships at 750. That's going to take a while. That might take a few months. Or we get the trust up. Mouse down here. Propose subjugation. There's 2 requirements. It's an or. Excellent relationships, which will hit at 750, or 50 trust. Where do we see the trust at, guys? Where is that coming from? Right here. The little buddies with their doing this with each other, right? That's trust. The orange guy, the blue guy. It's at 20, and we're gaining 1.45 each month. That's due to our commercial pact, defensive pact, migration access, research agreement, and the embassy. So we've dumped a huge amount of our influence. We've converted into building trust with these guys quickly. Okay, it's going to take a while, though. Next thing that was important was hydroponic bays. So I've been playing a lot of Stellaris on the side. I will admit, not this game, obviously, but other games. Like yesterday, I played for 10 hours. It was probably not a healthy way to spend my Saturday, but I did that. So I've been getting pretty brushed up. Check this out. We're producing a lot of extra energy a month. We are sitting on top of 39,000 extra energy in year 39. So that's working out to 1K surplus a year we've done on average. We are at 200 plus extra mineral, which I don't even know why. That's a good amount of extra mineral. And we're sitting on top of 12K extra surplus. Food, we've done really well with, but we are falling behind in food. Hydroponic farm's going to fix that. Consumer goods, we have a good surplus, but we definitely aren't overproducing. We're pretty tight with how much extra consumer goods. But here's my point, is that you want to keep all the plus numbers, plus 100, plus 207, minus 3, plus 14. You want to, in general, keep them lower, keep them closer to 0. Not 0. You always want to be gaining more. But you want it to be at a plus 5 or plus 25, not a plus 207 probably, right? Maybe if it's alloys or Unity or research, you probably couldn't have too much of that. Like if we could have our research at plus 500 in each of those categories, that would be good. We would want that. Plus 1,000, we'd want that, right? We want to climb through the research tree. But what this 207 in minerals means, sitting on top of 12k minerals, is that we have way more people mining and gathering minerals than we're using. So those miners could be doing more effective jobs for us, getting the stuff we need. The energy is a good example of that. We're just getting so much energy. We have so much extra. We want to tighten that up to become more efficient. Now we're playing on easy mode, so it's not going to matter on this playthrough. But if you're playing at like a hard, like the upper half of difficulty on Stellaris, you're going to have to tighten the belt and be an efficient civilization to have a chance, to even have a chance of winning. And so I will try and focus in a little more on efficiencies as we go forward, try and tighten that belt. Okay, that being said, we're almost out of alloys here. We're at 34 alloy, we're gaining slowly. So let's jump to our stations. Here's Zvox. Zvox is an internal station. It's not even sitting at our border with the Ishnians. So we do not need the target uplink computer. It's an offensive modification. But this is a commercial starbase for us, right? It's not a fortress to fight off enemies. So let's click on this and we will dismantle the target uplink computer. Agree. It's nice that it's two-step verification. But here's our hydroponic bay. It takes 50 alloy. We'll build it in 180 days, 6 months. You can see the upkeep on this is going to be 0.72 energy. It's not even 1 energy a month because we have Galactic Ambition in our Minister of Defense is providing an additional minus 8%. That's really cool. And we get a fat 10 food for less than 1 energy. That's S tier efficiency. This is probably the most efficient dang thing I've ever seen in the game. It's really good. Like when you're buying and selling food on the market, it's like 1 to 1. We're getting it at 13 to 1. It's really good. But we need alloy, so no problem. We're just gonna buy some here. We're sitting on 39,000 extra energy, which is again money functionally in this game. So let's jump over to alloys. I don't want to go nuts. Anytime we purchase or sell something outright, we affect the overall market value. We're like flooding the market or something, or starving it. So I see over here we're buying a little bit of consumer goods, a little bit of alloys each month. So let's not go crazy. Let's buy 250 alloy. That'll get us 5 hydroponic farms. Roughly about what we need. So for a moderate amount of energy. So we'll do that. And then we were just talking about how we're kind of overproducing, say, minerals. Let's jump in here and let's set up a cell of minerals. And we don't want to go crazy here. Let's pump it up to 50 minerals. Hold on. There you go. You can control click. We'll go by 10s, right? Here we go, like that. There you go. And you can shift to go by 100s. There you go. Now, one thing to bear in mind, you can go on to probably the Stellaris wiki or one of the other many Stellaris YouTube creators, and they're going to have the min-max values, not the min, but the max values you can sell at per month without affecting this price. Oh yeah, and the maximum buy, minimum sell. No, maximum buy, maximum sell. Or if you go beyond that, you will start to you'll overwhelm the market and you'll cause the value to start dropping or going up. So for instance, we could sell, I'll just point this out. We can sell 150 mineral a month, but we would be flooding the market. I don't remember what the mineral level is. It's at like 60 or something. And I don't have it all memorized, but it's around 60. So if we sold at 150 a month, it would start dragging down the value of minerals, and we would gain less and less energy every month until it bottomed out at like a 0.3 energy credits per mineral. We'd just be getting nothing for it. So you want to pay attention to that if you're going to be playing at a high level in Stellaris. So rule of thumb, I think you can buy and sell around 10 consumer goods or alloys, and I think you can buy or sell around 60 minerals or food. But just look it up online to know your exact numbers. But yeah, we should be fine at 50. We'll edit that. That'll drop that to a 257 mineral. But yeah, it'll put a good amount of extra energy in the piggy bank. Let's actually kick up the alloys a little bit right there. All right, 5 consumer goods, 5 alloys. And let's look at our rare resources. I can see we're at plus 5 volatile motes, plus 4 rare crystals, but plus 0 on the exotic gases. Can we buy some of them? No. We don't have access technologically to exotic gases yet. Okay, fine. This is good. Let's close this down. Let's jump back to Zvox. Holy crud, I've been talking. Here we go. Hydroponic Bay is Zvox. Let's jump to Binder. So Binder's building currently is the crew quarters, but that only functions if our fleet is docked here. We don't keep a fleet at Binder right now, so let's dismantle it. And we'll get the Hydroponic Bay. Cool. Soul Station back here at Earth. Same thing. We don't have a Soul fleet right now, I guess. Is that a good thing? I don't know. The other thing I would buy if we had it would be a nebula refinery, but that requires that you're in a nebula. I don't know if any of our stations are in nebula. Ooh, gosh, I would love to have that. The base upkeep of that would be 1.44 for us because of our discounts, and we would get 10 mineral. That's really good. Yeah, but we're not in a nebula. We have enough alloy, so it's the fact that we're not in a nebula. So it's just not an option. It's not an option. I'm not going to overthink it. Let's go to Olum base. Resource silo. Ooh. I don't really need a resource silo. I don't know why the hell I built that. That's giving us a little bit of extra cap here. You can see up at the top, energy credits stored. We currently have 38,000 energy we've saved up, but we can only hold 55,000 total. We'll hit a max. And by having a resource silo, it adds plus 5,000 to all these caps. Mineral cap, food cap, consumer good, alloy. Normally those are all at 15,000 and energy's at 50. But I don't want the resource silo. No, let's dismantle it. Let's get more hydroponic bays. Yes, please. And Olum is not in a nebula. You know how you could tell that, by the way? Let's click on Olum real quick. Right down here, you would see a little... You could see system-wide effects like storms, nebulae, I think neutron stars or pulsars or whatever. But yeah, pulsars are spinning neutron stars, right? Yeah. You could see that if it existed. So let's keep going though. Let's keep going here before I forget. Hydroponic Bay there, and then we have one more over at the Stratal station. I think we could get rid of the target uplink computer. Again, is an offensive structure, but this borders with the Juvens, who are vassalized to us. So I think we're like, you know, like knock on wood here. This is my wood paneling. Let's dismantle it and let's get the hydroponic bay. There we go. And that used up pretty much all the alloy we had. One thing I find odd about Stellaris, and you folks let me know if you know a way around it. It is very hard to see nebula gas. You can see how there's sort of like a Milky Way haze, right? All of this here. You see this haze? But that's not nebula, right? If I click on Runa, there's no nebula here. But check this out. this sort of cool bluish, when I mouse over it, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't tell me. It just visually, I have to know that that bluish haze, when I click on Sirius, right there, that's a nebula. And you can see this cool, colorful swirl here. What I don't get is, my question to you folks that know more about the game than I do is there a way to make this stand out or to see the proper borders of a nebula? Because nebula can spread. Like, you can have a nebula that might encompass 3 or 4 star systems. Like, it's the actual artwork that's doing this, right? So, like, is Bernard's star in the nebula? No, it's not. And neither's Ejok over here. But I find it weird that it's such a subtle. It's subtle. It's too subtle. Is this nebulanic here, right? Like, I see this kind of cloud. Let's can I jump? No, that's not nebula. No, right? It looks a little extra whitish here, but that's not what it is. So, I guess we're lucky to have a little bit of nebula at Sirius. I only say that because if we wanted to, we have one more star base. We could build a star base at Sirius just to get the mineral resources. And when we have the ability to upgrade to a starhold, you'd get 2 building slots. I think it's a starhold or whatever, in which you could build the hydroponic bay and the nebula harvesting thing, and essentially have a star base that produces for you. It doesn't serve another purpose. It's out in, right. If we built that in Sirius, it's out in the middle of nowhere, but you could produce stuff there. One thing about buildings is you cannot build more than one of a given kind on one star base. So say we had, here, well, let's just take a look at Zvox real quick. You can see if we were to unlock all 4 building slots, we could not put 4 hydroponic bays in here. Can't do that. However, your modules you can double up on. You could have all 6 shipyards in here. It is possible to have more than one kind of module, but not star bases, or not buildings. I don't know why that is, but whatever. All right, we've dealt with that. So in about a half a year, we're gonna have a ton of food. This will literally be at like nearly a plus 50, I think. So that's cool. Let's run the clock. Oh shit! Sorry, we're 17 minutes in. We haven't even gone through a single day yet. Let's push that up to fastest here. But here we go. Research. What came up? Yes, the heritage site. This is great. This is the improvement on the Autochthon monument. It pushes our culture workers from 2 jobs to 4 jobs per planet, because it's, again, up at the very top under heritage site, it says planet limit 1 of 1. You only have 1 of these. You can't build more. It's a monument. That's why you can't coat your planet in monuments. But it also, all Unity on the planet gets a boost from a 5% boost of all Unity producing jobs, whether that's a politician, a priest, a bureaucrat. There's quite a few places Unity comes from. They will all get a 5% from an Autochthon monument or a 10% from the heritage site. So that's a pretty good boost to Unity if you're chasing after it, and we are. So we will gladly take that research. And we have a few options here. Oh, we have a lot of options. Blockers down here, more blockers here. Listen, we are not going to try and start clearing blockers on our planets until we're probably past year 50. Why is that? Because for the most part, if we look at our planets, clearing blockers gets you more districts. Now, Earth is nearly loaded up. Obviously, it's our original homeworld. It's very developed. But if we cycle through, you can see Alpha Centauri Prime has 7 districts available in 2, the little red X squares, 2 more districts that are blocked by blockers, right? That's functionally what's going on there. Let's jump over to Sirius. We have 5 districts available with 8 that are blocked by blockers. So we want those eventually, but we still have 5 available. And this was kind of like our first generation colonies, right? Alpha Centauri Prime and Sirius Prime. But let's look at our second generation colonies, our newer ones. We have 17 available on Oh My Crikey, 9 available on Wentwork, 14 available on Uproth, Niam has 8, Lishval has 22. Yeah, we're like a full generation away from needing to clear blockers. That's why, for now, we're ignoring them. We have 2 nice options here. +5 to habitability. That's on all of our worlds, and that's very cheap. That's probably what we're going to take. And the other one, this is actually kind of cool. Just a starbase capacity +2. It'll make that 6 go to an 8. That ain't bad, but we don't need it right now. We have 1 extra starbase. If we were to need one defensively or whatever, we could build one. So yeah, eventually I'll want more starbases, but right now it's not urgent. So yeah, let's get habitability, and we'll get it quickly, which is nice. If we jump into our planets here real quick, let's just cycle through. Here's our habitability right up at the top. So Earth is 100% habitable, or we'll say compatible with us, because we're from Earth. I apologize, you guys. My nose is just... I'm not sick. Allergies. Yeah, I just woke up with a runny nose. So... Oh my gosh. Oh, it's just... sorry. I don't want to be sniffing and snorting when I'm on camera with you guys. So here we go. Let's jump through. Mining world. Alpha Centauri, we're at 90%. 80% at Sirius. 90 at Oh My Crikey. Wentwork's 100%. Why? It's a Gaia world. It's completely magically compatible with us. It's Gaia. It works to fit with us. I think that's what Gaia means. What else we got? Uproth is 60. Niam is 50. Lishval is 65. So yeah, that 5% will make everyone happier, and it makes the overhead, the upkeep of everything a little less, a little cheaper. Have I explained that? It's a tutorial. Let's jump back in. Let's go to, which was the cruddiest one? Niam, 50%. Okay. This is the least habitable world for us that we have. We have Juvens there, so, whatever. But here's the long story short. They prefer desert at 60%, but because of the unstable tectonics right here, there's a -10, and because of the wild storms, there's a -5. There's the wild storms. Now, from job pops, we're at a +5%. That is coming off of the gene clinics right there. You can see we're getting amenities, pop growth speed, organic pop assembly speed, and planet habitability. It's the little umbrella guy, right? The little orange umbrella. That's getting us to 5% from the 2 medical workers. Now, that's appreciated, and that's pretty cool. They're essentially modifying the genes of the Juven colonists to be more compatible with this world. It's functionally what it's doing. It's worth noting, though, that if you were to get the improved gene clinic building, which I can't think of the name of it right now, it would probably take you from 2 medical worker jobs to 4. And that 5% habitability, planet habitability, would go from 5% to 10%. So even if you didn't directly, through technology, pursue increased habitability, 5%, 5%, 5%, if you went after the gene clinic route, you could probably go from 5% to 10, and then there may even be a third level of the gene clinic building that would get you 6 medical workers that would get you +15. Maybe. I don't think I've ever pursued it that far, but it's food for thought. But here's the last thing we want to look at, though. Penalties from low habitability. It's the second section there. Pop amenity usage is up 50%. Pop upkeep up 50%. Resources from jobs down 25%. We're losing a quarter of their production. All jobs. Researchers, farmers, laborers, and the brain guys. Even the priests in their praying get you less unity. It's all output. It's a big detriment. It's a big tax and burden on your society. And pop growth speed is also slowed down. Now, we could do the quick math. I'm guessing when we improve our habitability by 5%, the pop amenity usage will go to 45. Pop upkeep to 45. Resources from jobs will go to 22.5 loss. And pop growth speed will drop to 22.5 speed reduction. Baby making reduction. You know what I'm saying. You guys know. Okay. So yeah, we want to drive that up. Because ultimately Niam is just... Niam may literally be more of a burden on our civilization than a bonus. It's teetering right there, where it's costing us so much extra to do everything here. We're probably squeezing a little bit out of it, but if you go any lower, you're just spinning your wheels. You're making a massive anchor around your civilization's forward progress. Like if you had like a 30% habitation planet, no, it's truly hurting you. So I just thought I would point that out. Let's run the clock here, folks. I know I talk, but I guess that's the point of this, right? We're
construction complete.
Yeah. Runa just wrapped that up. Okay, hold on. What the hell was Runa? Oh, they were grabbing space nuts, right? Let's hit the alt button. No, they weren't grabbing space nuts. They were grabbing science. Okay. I want Bernard's star. That's what I want. Did I get it? Hold on. I see Orthama here. Has 2 energy left. I want Bernard's star. I'm gonna leave the 2 energy. Why? Because the station you have to build anyway is 1 energy upkeep. So when you see a 2, it's like it's almost not worth getting. Now, granted, I think the upkeep for us would be 0.72 because of our other modifiers, but it's the least valuable thing we could do with our time right now is building Orthama's energy station. Yeah. Let's take this ship. Let's go to Bernard's star. We're almost there with energy. We're going to move them there now. Okay. What the heck's happening up here? We finished surveying a system. That's Zanrox's Rest. I do want that. I do like the fact that it's got alloys. What are we doing here? Yeah, we have them surveying this whole punch out. So they've got a lot of commands to do. Very cool. And the Nat fan can citizens just closed their borders with us. Do we care? Let's go to contacts. Right there. This is interesting. Okay, let's click on the Nat fan can. These are like insectoid creatures. Hegemonic imperialists. They are inferior to us. They're belligerent. That's their diplomatic stance to us. I mean, the fact that they're inferior to us means we could definitely whoop their butts. Here, let's just see where they're at. Yeah, they're way over here. We don't even share a border. What? We're not really sure who's down here in the Void Sea Nebula. We could close our... Let's go to diplomacy. We can close borders with them. Probably going to hurt our relationship with them even more. It's already sinking, right? Because I think they're harming relations with us. I don't know why. It's probably because we don't match up with them on the ethics. They're authoritarian. They're xenophile. They're militarist. And we are egalitarian xenophile. At least we have that in common. Shit. I say we try and improve relations. We could close our borders in retaliation, but we don't share a border. We don't care. Their ships aren't coming to where we're at. So let's improve relations. Let's send Travis Ferguson. We have 2 extra envoys. I call them diplomats, but we have extras. So let's accept that. And they're going to do that now, I guess. Close this. We will see what that does. I am not really seeing what effect that's going to have, but we'll probably have to just run the clock. So let's do that. Let's run the clock forward. Oh wait, I forgot about something. Hold on. Well, I've got to blow my nose. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, you guys. I cannot believe. I know that's gross. Here we go. Tradition popped up, but we got the monument. We haven't done that yet. Here we go. What will it take to improve the Autochthon monument to the heritage site? 600 minerals. Yeah, we got tons of minerals. Let's do that, and it'll get us more jobs. So yeah, that's good choice. Very long build time, 480 days. Let's go through real quick. We don't have one at Alpha Centauri. We don't have one at Sirius. I guess we don't have many of them. Oh, here we go. Wentworth has one. Okay. And that will get us more. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't get us amenities. I was just looking here. We're kind of hurting on amenities. At Wentworth, how can we push that up? An enforcer job, a mineral job, clerk's jobs are available. We have 2 culture workers, but they don't make amenities. Yeah. I guess I have it in my head that culture workers do that, but they don't. Okay, that it's not hurting us bad, but yeah, it's a minus 5% to happiness. You see down there, effect from low amenities. That's one low amenity, FYI. You don't want to mess with low amenities. They make you pay for it. It's not like -1 amenity is -1% happiness. No, it's -5% happiness. It's a big hit. What do we need to do to fix that? I'm honestly not even sure at this point. We would jump into our amenities tab. Gene Clinic? I think the Gene Clinic would be a little bit of a waste because this is Gaia World. They're super happy. Maybe the Hollow Theater? Yeah. Let's do that. That'll more than take care of it. Let's keep cycling through here. Oh, wait, but I also want to get the Autochthon Monument done. Heritage Site. We're doing great on amenities here because we have the Hollow Theater. Very good amenities here at Niam. This is Lish Falls, a colony. Okay. Everyone's looking pretty good. So we have housing, we have amenities, and we have available jobs. That's what I always scan through when I'm looking at that. It's the only planet with a problem. We need a little more jobs at Uproth. It's a forge world. Let's get an industrial district going. Yeah, that'll get us 2 more housing and 2 more jobs. So that's not bad. Niam's still a colony. We don't need to really fiddle with that right now. Lishfall is okay. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with Lishfall. Okay, that all looks good. Let's jump back to our traditions here. We only have the one option. Oh my lord. Hold on. I'm going to pause the game and just properly blow my nose. It's just gross, but I literally am just having a running nose right now. So hold on. Okay, there we are. I like imagine I'm like just like blowing snot bubbles, or I'm just going to just have like a snot stream come out of my nose. I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. I feel good. I don't feel like I have a cough or a cold or anything, but yeah, whatever. Here we go. Public trust officers. This is one of those like completely useless to us. It gives us the edict enhanced surveillance. Cool. And it means our enforcers produce 1 unity. It's a really, really bad tradition. And I think even with the all the versions of the DLCs that have come out over the years, I swear that's never changed. The public trust officer is just useless, but it is what it is. We have to take it because there's nothing else. But we're almost done with the domination tradition. 1 more. We'll have that in 47 months, and then we'll get another ascension perk. Fantastic. So we are going to be subtly pushing up our unity, though, with the heritage site. That'll get us a lot more unity. Very cool. Let's run the clock.
System survey complete.
Whale-Den Black Hole, strategic resource discovered. During its survey of Whale-Den Black Hole, the UNS Gagarin discovered a previously unknown strategic resource dubbed Dark Matter. This exotic substance has many properties that seemingly defy several natural laws. It could potentially revolutionize the sciences. While we do not yet possess the means to extract this resource, we should seriously consider establishing control over the system for future exploration. That's right. So dark matter is sort of a tier 2 strategic resource. If we come up here, we have rare resources. So tier 1, this is my word for it, would be your volatile motes, your exotic gas, your rare crystals. Tier 2 is going to be your living metal, your zero, your dark matter, your nanites. I think nanites is even rarer than everything else. But yeah, it's pretty cool that we have that. Where are we seeing it? Right here. Dark matter swirl. Do we have any other exceedingly rare things? No, I'm looking up through here. I don't see anything. Nothing down here. Okay. And hey, you know what? The Adriatic actually now has enough alloy. Let's get Bernard's Star. There we go. We seized the Bernard Star, or it's going to be ours shortly. Oh, there we go. That's all of our hydroponic bays. You see us just pop up to 45 food. That's cool. Now, immediately, talking about efficiency earlier, there is no reason whatsoever we want to be having plus 45 food a turn. We're already at 8,000. What do we have? 50,000 extra food? No, we don't need it. So let's jump over here to trade. We will sell. Let's click it over to... Oh, nope. Control click. 20 food. There you go. So we're going to just liquidate a certain amount of food every month. And then the other thing we can do is... And again, this is high level play. It's high concept. Is that if we jump into our planets, we have farmers wherever we see these green tiles. It's an agricultural district. Each one of these would represent 2 farmers. Well, so we have 6 population on Earth. Let's see if there's anyone else. No one on Alpha Centauri. No one on Sirius. And I could tell that because none of these are solid green. No. Lishfall. Interesting. Why do we have a farmer on Lishfall? Oh, because we have a farmer on Lishfall because we were falling below 0 food production. We were at -3 when we started today's session. Going, oh man, So we made that choice last session to try and rectify our food issues. We fixed it. We're going to be good on food for a long time. Even as our population grows, this number will start falling. But even when it gets to 0, we will go into the market because we're selling 20 food. So even as we see it hit 0, we'll go oh my gosh, we're out of food. No, we're not. We then go into the market and bit by bit, we can drop it from selling 20 food to selling 15, to selling 10, to selling 5, to not selling any food. And so it gives us a lot of cushion to make adjustments, many months to make adjustments in our productions. But we should get rid of this district. We don't need... well, hey, no one's farming anyway, but... yeah, I mean, this was a waste. We don't need it. So, replace it, demolish it. There's a difference. We could just demolish the district to make room for another district type. The district's construction cost will not be refunded or replace. We could queue construction project to replace the district with another. The current district will remain operational until construction is completed. Subtle difference. But what that would mean is if we demolish this agricultural district, we'll lose 2 housing and we'd lose 2 jobs immediately. But if we're no, we don't want our people to be out of housing or out of jobs temporarily, we could switch it over to mineral or energy or something else. So let's give a thought to what Lishfall would do at some point. High gravity is not good. It just hurts us. Gives us 2 extra districts. What do we do with these guys? She's a food person. Yeah. I guess she is actually pretty good. She's pretty good at farming. I don't care. I don't think we're gonna do much farming here. So what do we want to do with this? I'm kind of blanking. Let's do a district, building district, and then I would say we'd fill that with, say, the Autochthon Monument, because I do know we want to push up our unity. We want we want more Unity coming in pretty quick. So we'll let that brew, and then let's jump back to Earth, and let's get rid of some farmers. We don't need that many farmers. Now, the heritage site's going to be done in a little bit. Let's jump down to our population. Let's open the tab here, and let's demote one farmer. And that's going to kick them into what job? Into an enforcer job? Yeah, we could. That's not good, but we do have a little bit of crime. Yeah. We get a little Unity now. Our enforcers provide one Unity. Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. There, we fired a farmer, and that person is now a clerk. Oh, great. Okay. I wouldn't say that's really better. Here, let's get rid of another farmer. Now, they're demoted in the lowest tier. They're in the bronze tier, so they can't take that specialist job yet, but eventually they could. So we're going to leave that person unemployed for now. We're just going to kind of mess around, and then we're going to watch our food stuff here. Let's run the clock. Hold on. Food dropped to 0. Whoa, that's intense. Let's pause. So we knew that was going to drop to 25, plus 25, because we were selling 20. 20 plus 25 is 45. But just by getting rid of a couple of farmers, we immediately nosedive. No problem. We don't need that energy anyway, so let's jump into the market. This is a good example of this. We're going, shit, we're falling behind in food production. No problem. Just click off 5 there. Boom. Right? Run the clock. Now we're hovering at a +2. For something like food, when you have a surplus of multiple thousands, this should always be at a +1, a +2, +3, +4, somewhere in that range. We never need extra food for anything in the game. So this is being efficient and tight. And we'll, using our market, what we're selling on the market, we will moderate that. But we are freeing up very valuable pops on Earth to have other jobs. Now, I'm not saying that being unemployed or being a clerk is a better use of them. But we have better jobs coming. They're coming. They're so close, folks. It's going to be great. What do we got here? First contact event, the dragons. Our researchers have finished investigating the reports of extraordinary free-floating crystal-like objects observed in the United Nations of Earth system. It's our system. It's not their system. Their findings are startling. The ship-sized objects and their slightly smaller but equally crystal-like satellites at first appeared inert, but sudden shifts in their orientation relative to our ships and new energy signatures emerging from within the prisms indicate that they might be alive. A fascinating prospect to be sure, but they should be approached with caution. Our best and brightest are standing by to study these entities. So, yeah, we're still trying to learn about them. We have 2 options. Fascinating creatures. Issue a special project called Crystalline Study. We will gain 46 influence, which is useful. We would take that. This ends the first contact procedure with Prism. It's called Prism now. Okay. Or because we are xenophile, we love the xeno, we can learn to coexist. Issue special project Crystalline Pacification. We still get the influence, and it also ends the first contact. So this is the end of first contact. We're doing it? Okay. Let's coexist. This means that they will no longer be hostile, and we can freely move in their presence, and they won't attack us. And we still get the influence, so let's do that.
Empire has established communications.
Okay, hold on, let's just... That doesn't mean anything, we're going to close that. But we do need to do... We still need to do the pacification study. It will take 17 months. And we're going to stop our research on physics technology to study this for 17 months. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I want to have it. No problem. And that's going to allow us to... The Shardlings, maybe? Is that them? The Shardlings there? There will be other pockets, though, of these space crystals like in other systems. So don't think that's the only place they will exist. We've already made peace with the caretakers, which are automated farming robots, and we've made peace with the Tianki. So yeah, because we're xenophile, we make peace with everyone. Space flora, space fauna, run the clock.
Ships upgraded.
Okay, very cool. I'm pausing real quickly for a few reasons. I noticed OI Crikey has the up arrow. That, you never want to ignore the up arrow. That means we are ready for to reassemble our ship's shelter into a proper planetary administration building. Yeah! It's just good. Housing, amenities, building slots, it all goes up. It's good. So we'll have that soon. The nice thing about having so much surplus minerals is we can build as we want. We're not waiting, going, when you only have like 300 minerals, you're having to wait months every time you want to build a new building for it to, you need 400 or 500 minerals every time you want to do any building in the game. So having that surplus is nice. What else we got going on here? Archaeological site pending. Ooh. Okay, this is day 1. The ship itself is mostly empty, with the remains of some few drones scattered around the vessel. There's no other signs of life inside or near the wreckage. One of our scientists found an old intact data log, but deciphering it is a time-consuming process. Day 1 observation, psionic subspace 0000 shroud. Unit 305, preliminary testing successful. Utilizing datasets gathered from interactions with the Shroud Coven. Oh boy. That sounds ominous. Experiments were initialized at 1.35 of cycle 12. The Shroud was breached between 1.48891 and 1.48895. So if we're looking at it that way, folks, that's functionally seconds of a day, right? You're measuring to the 5th decimal, so that's 100,000th of a cycle. We're going to assume one cycle is 1 day for however these ancient aliens log this on their data chip. So if we were to break down seconds in our day, 60 seconds to a minute, 60 minutes to an hour, that's 3,600, 24 hours to a day times 3,600. I won't bore you with that math, but suffice it to say, the difference between the 1 here and the 5 is would be less than half a second to us, right? If we're talking about daily cycles and not annual cycles, and who would record their time logs based off an annual cycle around a planet? So it's not years, it's planetary rotations here. So it's quick. The point of all this information is for the duration of 2.3414 femtoseconds. That's right. Because they gave us the femtoseconds, you could back this up and then you could find out how long a day for these aliens would be. Probably not 24 hours, but we're not going to do that. We're not that nerdy, folks. Okay. 2 of 3 preceding units experienced a cascade failure in the experiment. Dismantling of said units scheduled. All relevant data will be utilized in subsequent attempts with final unit 841. Decipher the rest of that log, baby. And we do gain a chunk of society research. So we'll take that. We'll continue on. DeChang, who is our archaeologist, going to keep doing archaeology. That's cool. I had asked a question in recent episodes. How do you find out how much research you have stored? How much piggy bank research? And someone in the comments was like, yeah, you do this. I was like, oh, cool. But I'm like reading the comment like on YouTube on my phone. I'm not like playing Stellaris, so I can't verify it. They essentially said, I think if you mouse up here. No, it's definitely not showing it. Is there a way to get into that? Like, I'd call that pop-up window or tooltip. If I hold shift, no. If I hold control, there's no way to get in there. I do not understand how I'm supposed to see it. Tab? Oh shit! Nope, it's not. Nope, not tab. Tab takes you through all your systems apparently. And And if we jump over to technology, well, I'm just looking. Someone told me there's a way to see your stored research, but there's not. It shows you your plus stored research plus 127.58, which is equal to our base research. We already knew that's how that worked. I want to know, do I have 5,000 stored research? Can someone tell me how to do that? Because it's not here, right? I'm hovering over society. I'm hovering over that there. I'm hovering over this. No, that's the cost. That's the cost of the technology to research, not our stored amount. Hovering over this, hovering here, hovering here, hovering here. Yeah, no. They made it sound like you could hover in this box, but I don't know how to get in that box. So, all right. More clarification is needed, folks, because I still can't figure it out. Construction complete. Where is that? Bernard Star? Where the hell are we? No, Orthama. Okay. Oh, yeah, the Yangtze got that energy thing there. Very cool. So now what do we do with the Yangtze? What are we doing with the Bernard Star? They're working on the star base. Let's zoom out a little bit. We have one constructor down here. I'm just trying to think real quick. Do we go in and get Sayama and then get Zonrox's rest? Because we want the alloy and the 10 energy is actually pretty good there. Or do we keep the Russian ship up top to grab maybe Botine? Yeah, let's get Botine while they're there, right? I mean, they're there, so let's just do it. There you go. Get it. So we got a couple new systems falling under here, and fleet upgraded. Oh, very nice. Let's just double check. Yeah, you look for the up arrow there. But so all of our fleets are upgraded right now. Not particularly powerful. I'm seeing our fleets are sitting at around 3K. It's just over 6K total, and we have a damaged fleet, the 5th fleet. Oh wow. No, they're not. They're not damaged. Oh, they're upgrading. Okay. I've been working on that for a while. Oh, okay. We got some transmissions coming in. I was calculating our total fleet power of around 6K for this reason. Let's scoot over. We've zoomed out a little bit. Let's compare our fleet power to the Ishtians. I can, of the fleets I can see, I'm not sure I can see them all, but I'm seeing around 3K there. So we have twice the fleet power of the Ishtians by our best guess. And for the Juvens are actually pretty. The Juvens are sitting at 4.4K. So we're still stronger than them by about a third. All right. We want to make sure, well, we're so tight on alloys. That's the thing we're running into. This is why if we were producing 200 extra alloy a month, I wouldn't complain. We actually would want as much alloy as we can get because we would be building up our star bases and our fleets. So alloy is really valuable, but it's kind of like it's a second tier resource in terms of, like if your food, your energy, your minerals like first tier, your consumer goods and your alloys are like a second tier. They're more important. In general, I mean, you need everything, but yeah, let's jump in here. Subjugation requests. They're asking us. Oh, it worked, you guys. Oh my gosh, did we get them to the trust level? Okay, I want to. Sorry, I'm catching a little in the throat. I'm so curious right now what their trust is. Did we get it to 50? I don't think enough months went by. Maybe that was about 30 months, right? Weren't we at year 37? I'm only saying I'm hesitant because I would like to check the tab, but I don't want to close this because I'm afraid I would lose the offer. Here we go. We are too weak to survive on our own in this hostile galaxy. Will the United Federations of Earth protect us if we become your subject? You bet we will. We'll extract so little. Here we go. Subjugation, subject integration, integration prohibited, meaning we can't mix our people. Sure. Okay, I don't care. Expansion, expansion regulated. The subject may expand their empire, but must pay an influence tied to the overlord when they build an outpost. Oh, shit. Free influence. I love that. Subject conflicts, defensive. The overlord will join the subject in their defensive wars. That's right. So you may ask the question, why would anyone choose to vassalize? In some games, the player may vassalize to a more powerful state. Why would you do that? And it's because you could get defensive protection from a much more powerful Xeno. Yeah. Just to stave off some neighbor who's more hostile. You have a powerful neighbor who's not outwardly hostile to you, and you have a powerful neighbor who is hostile. You vassalize to the friendly guy to help keep the hostile guy at bay. So even as a player, you could vassalize your own civilization. But that's what they get, is they get defensive umbrella from us. Diplomatic freedom. Restricted voting. The subject is free to engage in most diplomacy, but must follow their overlord's votes in federations and the galactic community. You realize, because there's so few species in our little our tiny galaxy, we will control all the vote. If we have 2 vassals and ourselves, we'll be like easily 60% of the galactic community. That's pretty powerful. Overlord conflicts. The subject will join the overlord in their defensive wars. Yeah, okay, defensively, cool. Although you can see if we were to do that, it would hurt the... Or wait, are these all... Are there prices on all these? That's a loyalty change. Nothing. That's a loyalty change. That's a loyalty detriment. It's kind of a balance. They like some parts, they don't like others. And so the mix of these terms of vassalization are what we're trying to balance to make it beneficial to them and beneficial to us. And you may say, well, why would I do that? Why would it be beneficial at all? I'll just conquer them and go to war. It's like, okay, but war takes time. It takes your ships. It takes many years to actually do all the fighting. It's hard to focus on the maintenance of your civilization when you're fighting battle after battle and watching their fleets, and their fleets are penetrating your space, conquering your systems, counterattacking. Like, that happens. It can get really, like, you guys haven't seen it, but there's a lot of ways for wars to go sideways. And every one of their star systems that we conquer, we've got to make sure we've been making the claims on them, which costs a lot of influence. So if, you know, the Ishtians here, we'll say, have 10 star systems, it would easily cost us 700-800 influence to claim them all. That's why sometimes it's better to vassalize than to just beat them into the ground. Holding limit, 1. The Overlord can have 1 holding, meaning 1 planet. Yeah, I mean, right? Okay. I like that, but I do want to see, though. I do want to see what the trust is. Can I click on contacts without... Okay, good. It didn't close that window. I'm looking here at the Ishtians. So they never got to loyal with us, by the way. They're still at 419. Remember, they had to get to 750 to be that loyalty thing. And then, and I can't see trust over here. Did I go to diplomacy? God, I hope I didn't close the... No, the other window's still under there. Here we go. No, that's not... Ishtian. My bad. Diplomacy. Trust 40. Oh. Okay. So we only got to just over 40. That must be their threshold to reach out to us. I would guess it's around 40. Because if you look down, if we were to propose it, we would still have to get them to 50. So we never quite got there, but they beat us to the punch. That's okay. We will agree. This is exactly what we wanted, and we got it in this episode at 59 minutes. That's cool. Agree. And then we also built something. What What the heck we build? Bernard Star, done. Here, let's do that right now here. So we're gonna shift click. We select our constructor, and we will build the one mining station for 6 minerals. That's a good mineral station, and we will get 2 research stations. Obviously, a 5 and a 5. So Bernard Star, for having just 3 stations in there, 3 energy upkeep. We're getting 6 mineral, 5 physics research, 5 society research. That's a really good system. It was wise of us to grab that. Okay, are we done? Ish. We got through a few years. That wasn't that bad, you guys. That wasn't that bad. Our food situation is well handled. We're selling off a bit of minerals. We're buying a reasonable amount of consumer goods and alloy, like nothing crazy. We're gonna keep pushing that unity up. So the next episode, we are going to take our holding in the Ishtian state. Like, as we zoom in here, we get to declare a holding on one of these planets, I believe. So we'll do that. We may even look at what our holdings are doing up in the Juven space. Might as well. I haven't looked at that in a really long time. I don't even think about it. Yeah, and we're going to want to push up our unity more. We want to get more and more unity. The heritage site still hasn't finished. Holy crap. Okay, that's fine. That's it for now, though. That's 1 hour. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry for the runny nose. If you watched, thank you. I'll see you next time.